Question of the show. So, which election result surprised you the most? Which election result surprised you the most? Well, okay, the results for the 2022 municipal and school board elections are in, and it was a very quick result because, of course, most of it was online. You could go and get help at certain locations, so it was sort of like a hybrid where you could get some assistance on voting day. But election turnout was 28%. I'm looking here at the votenow.clarington.net website, and voter turnout total was 20,000. Now that's only 28% of the electorate, so there could have been something in the range of, I guess, 75,000 voters, 73,000 there, see, voted on this ballot. Note, 101 electors declined their ballot. They're included. So there was a little bit of a movement, I understand, to decline your ballot or this sort of thing, but which is your right. But it's always going to be a small percentage. Like, you look at 100, that's, 1,000, 1 in 1,000 people. So it's incredibly small. But in any case, we have 28% turnout, which is low, but sort of more typical for municipal elections. Is usually not that high. So let's go through the results. Because it was online, of course, the results were very quick. Adrian Foster is the returning mayor. He is the incumbent for several terms now. He got 8,607 votes, which is 42.5%. And his nearest competitor, Joe Neal, managed to get 6,053 votes, which is just shy of 30%. And Tom Dingwall placed with 26.9%. So very close to Joe Neal as well. And Mirko Payek looks like he got 145 votes, so about just over 0.5%. In total, 20,505 votes were cast, and there were 229 abstainers there for that one. So congratulations to Mayor Foster for his return to office. And now for regional councillors, wards 1 and 2, this was very tight. So Granville Anderson got 5,290 votes, 44.2%. Janice Jones got 5,143 votes, so 42.9%. So very close. There's only a couple of percent difference. And in fact, the abstainers could have been the difference. There were 12,000 votes there. So the abstainers could have been the difference there. But there's, of course, no way to know which way they would break, or if there was even a campaign to abstain like that by one of the other candidates. And Bernard Sanchez here came in with 12.9% of the vote, 1,500 votes. So congratulations to Granville Anderson. Now in Ward 1, Sami Elhajjeh makes his debut on Clarington Council. And he got 2,800 votes for 47.7%. So over Stephen Conway, who got 1,391 for 23.7%. And then Robert Livingston came in with just over 1,022. And Larry Reynolds came in with 658. This is, to me, I think the most surprising race. Maybe we'll talk about Ward 4, but I think this was the most surprising race. I thought Larry would do better. And yeah, Sami Elhajjeh came in with a very strong win, and he's going to be debuting on Clarington Council. So there were 6,400 votes. So total, we had 11,000 wards 1 and 2, and there were 12,000. So people were a little less interested in the local council race as opposed to the regional one. Okay, so Ward 2, very close race. So we have 52.3 for Lloyd Rang, who makes his debut as well, with Ryan Kerr coming in second at 47.7. So very close. And there were 5,900 votes there, 5,961. In Ward 3, Corinna Traill makes her return. She got 55.1%, so very popular in Ward 3 amongst the voters. And so she got 2,115 votes. Marvin Whidden, the nearest competitor, came in with 1,073 for 28%. 3,978 votes. So that's much less than Ward 2 and much less than Ward 1, which is, again, interesting to me, because usually I guess you'd think that the east side maybe has less voters, but tends, or, roughly the same voters, but tends to vote more. But that's kind of not borne out here. Okay, so let's go to Glenn Baswick came in with 649. Not sure if I mentioned that. So now local councillor Ward 4. So this was also a toss-up for me for the most surprising race. So, for example, Margaret Zwart returns with 2,103 votes, 52%, so very strong, versus Jim Abernethy, former mayor, at 39.2. So I find that very interesting. And Christy Gunaratham comes in with 346. But I just find it interesting that Margaret Zwart was returned over the mayor, former mayor. So I find it, very interesting that he can't even come back as a local councillor. So for the regional chair, John Henry easily took it with 64.4% over Laurie Blaine Mackey. Peter Neal came in at third with 14%, and Credil Teltpatch comes in with 901. 20,000 votes, which is interesting. How did we do? For mayor of Clarington, there's 20. So that was just our region. So that's not the overall, right? So that's just the Durham vote. But he was returned anyways. So, okay, so KAWARTHA Pine Ridge District School Board Trustees. So just give me a sec here. Yeah, let's just take a look at that. So what we have is the winner there was Cathy Abraham, 25.1%, followed by Kathleen Flynn, 17%, and Paul Brown with 11%. The big surprise for me here is Gail Nyberg. It's probably my maybe number 2 or number 3 surprise, the whole thing, because I thought she was pretty much a lock to get into the top 3. So I'm not sure what happened there for her. But the rest is pretty much as expected, 17,000 votes. So for the Catholic School Trustee, we ended up with Kevin McKenzie returns with 37.5%. Joshua Glover, who I met at the door, comes in with 32.8%. And Alphonse Ainsworth, unfortunately, did not make the cut. You need only the top 2 there. Return or go to council. So he only got 29.7. 3,000 votes. And actually, that's very interesting. Very high abstention rate. So Conseil Scolaire Viamont Trustee, Serge Paul won with 62.2. But again, this is a small sample, so that's why that's high. For the big samples, though, 17% abstained. So there's a big abstention there. 17. I think that probably beats out Ward 3. And Ward 1. Yeah, so I think that's the biggest abstention rate. There wasn't a whole lot for mayor. 1%, but yeah, I think there wasn't a whole lot for mayor. People were going to vote or not. So there you have it. So there's the results. So our new council for municipal politics is going to be Adrian Foster as mayor, Granville Anderson as Ward 1 and 2 regional councillor, Sami Elhajjeh as Ward 1 councillor, Lloyd Rang as Ward 2, Corinna Traill returns for Ward 3, Margaret Zwart returns for Ward 4, and for regional chair we have John Henry. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that quick look, and got a little bit of a clip here for you, which I really enjoyed. And please answer the question of the day. Let me know how you think about all this. Take care. And finally, I'd just like to leave you with a little clip that I recorded last night at Adrian Foster's victory party. Hope you enjoy.
I told you, I'll be back.